Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey.
Welcome to the first episode of Chopping It Up with V. It's your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife. I got a very special guest, my first guest. We got Deck over here. What's good with you, my brother?
Man, I'm happy to be here, dog. Thanks for having me. Man, appreciate Josh for the connect. You always been 100, so I'm happy to be here, dog.
Y'all been 100 with me. I fucks with you, bro. I fucks with you. Shit, let's get into it. You got your Operation Push Foundation.
Yes, sir.
My bad, go ahead.
Yeah, I say yes, sir. Operation Push, we've been going since 2013, bro.
2013. Oh, damn, that's 9 years. What,
Yeah,
9 years?
we're pushing 10 years.
I didn't know it was that long.
2013.
How did it come about? Like, what made you want to do that?
Yeah, it started, man. I was coaching in Arlington.
Okay.
Select football for like a few years, and then our age group was 7 to 12 years old, and we were doing some good stuff with the kids, so it was right there by me. And then I was the defensive coordinator. I could see the development of the kids as they went from 7 years old, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, I said, man, I'm giving back. I'm doing some community service, but I kind of started feeling, I guess, somewhat guilty because I grew up in the Cliffs. I grew up in Oak Cliff. And I said, man, I'm not doing anything like directly in my neighborhood where I came from. Because, it's cool when you do something no matter what, wherever you stay.
Okay.
But it's totally different. It's like another level, another tier when you doing something where you grew up. So my last year was actually 2000 of coaching was right at 2013. Mm-hmm. And I called my partner, man, and I said, man, I'm finna go and start this nonprofit, dog. I'm finna give back to my hood, dog. I gotta do something. And he just was like, shit, man, whatever you do, I got your back. Shout out to my boy, we call him Big B, Brandon. And I had got a bonus check. Mm-hmm. I used that bonus check, and basically from there, took that money, legalized a nonprofit. Didn't really know a name, didn't have a name. I just said, I wanted to be named Push Foundation, but then it was taken, so I was just like, shit, Operation Push was available. So I just took that, and the rest is history. Long story short, the rest is history, man. We've been going strong since 13, man. So that's it. That's what it is.
That's good, bro. That's real shit, bro. That's good to hear, especially being, you know what I'm saying, black and where we come from, bro. We don't hear them type of stories a lot, bro. And that shit, though. I remember I had my son come out there and pick trash up one year, you know what I'm saying? Came out there.
Yeah, man. I forgot about that. We appreciate that. As a matter of fact, we're going to try to do another our annual trash cleanup this year. We couldn't do it last year because of COVID. But yeah, gotcha. I appreciate you doing your thing.
I appreciate you having that. And I even see like didn't you take some kids to HBCU?
Yeah. That was last year.
That shit dope, bro.
We went to Morehouse. And that's kind of what we do, man. The organization Operation Push Foundation, our mission is to take boys between 5th through 8th grade. That's the age group they in. Mm-hmm. And basically what we want to do is take them out the hood and show them things that can impact them for life. Whether it be a college tour, whether it be, doing annual trash cleanup, showing them that, look, it's okay if you leave your neighborhood or you go to greener pastures, but you can never forget where you come from. So we do college tours. We do everything from, the main focus is educational field trip. We get them around entrepreneurs. They got to spend some time with some pharmacists at Kroger. Morehouse was huge.
Yeah.
Because Morehouse, man, first time on an airplane, a lot of the kids. First time.
All that, bro. Yeah. That's what they need, bro. That's dope.
First time on the airplane, like everything. So it's exciting, man, because
you see the look on their face.
Yeah, to see the look.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's exciting, because you see them and you like, They just smiling and looking, and like we get through the gate, they want to call their mama, they want to FaceTime.
That's
So,
dope, bro. That's
man,
dope.
it's just, man, that feeling, and that's what make me excited.
Exactly. Just the feeling, just seeing the look on their face, right?
Man,
Nah, that's real.
it made me so excited. So yeah, that's what Operation Push is about, man. Like I said, we got our trash cleanup coming up. I'm glad you having us on the podcast because we have our bike giveaway that we're raising money for now. The bike giveaway is strictly anybody who had perfect attendance or made the honor roll, fifth graders. This is girls and boys.
Oh, nice.
We do something where Walmart give us a discount. Shout out to Walmart. Y'all ass need to give us a bigger discount, but I'm gonna be thankful.
Be thankful what we got. Huh? I hear you.
But they give us a discount, and we go pick the bikes up, and that's something we're raising money for. So if you go to OperationPushFoundation.org, you could donate monies there. You'll get an email. It's a tax write-off. We're 501c3. The bike giveaway is another big deal, man, because when we open those curtains, they don't know what they're getting. We just tell the counselor or the principal, hey, we got a huge gift, and we say keep it a secret, and we put the bikes behind the curtain in the auditorium. So when the kids come in with the parents, they don't know what it is. And then when we tell the counselor go ahead and open the curtain up, it'd be like all the bikes up. They like, oh, they just go crazy. The mamas and dads are clapping, the grandmothers. So that's what it's about, man. At the end of the day, niggas are gonna talk they talk and say whatever they want to say. We ain't clout chasing. We ain't doing any of that. The only reason why we want to go viral is to say, hey, somebody else can see us. Somebody else can say, hey, man, I want to donate to that organization. Because as shout out to Josh, man, as he always say, we boots on the ground. Like you say, we pick your trash up. We in your face with it.
They doing it, bro.
We ain't doing photo ops or trying to,
boots on the ground. That's real shit. If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
So, you play ball.
Yep.
Play ball at Carter,
yes,
right?
sir. Carter High School. Shout out to Carter Cowboys.
You got any of those dudes you play with, like play in the league or go somewhere or?
Yeah, we had a few guys to go to the league. Daryl Jones, shout out to Daryl. He's a pastor out in Florida. He played for the New York Giants. Shout out to Demetrius Butler. He played for the Rams. And these guys play high school ball with me. And then we had some guys that play arena ball. Shout out to my boy Dante Wells. He played arena. And then we had other guys, man. Coach James, Freddie James, legendary coach who impacted and changed so many people's lives. But he sent, a lot of kids from Division 1AA. Like I went to Nicholls State. Shout out to Nicholls. We so happy we won the Southland Conference yesterday. So we punched our ticket to the NCAA tournament. So shout out to the boys.
Nice.
We back-to-back Southland Conference champs. But I went to Nicholls State, 1AA school, great school in Louisiana State College. A lot of my Facebook friends, social media friends, period, they like family to me. I developed a lot of great relationships with those guys. But going back to Carter, Carter and Freddie James, it's just a movie. Shout out the movie that was put out, Friday Night Lights, featuring Carter High School. But man, Coach James put so many kids, and whether it was NAIA, Division 1AA, D2, D3. Yes. I mean, when his office was just full of, it was pictures everywhere of kids just going to school.
That's crazy. What position you play?
I played at Carter. I played safety, and then I got
safety or strong safety. Oh, just
I played free and strong, but primarily I wasn't fast, so I was strong safety.
Gotcha.
My marquee thing I could do was hit.
Okay.
I wasn't fast, any of that. I was skinny. Most of my classmates would tell you I was skinny with a big head. And then when I went to college, they put you on that career team, the weightlifting, and all of that. And I got bigger, so I played a combo of end and linebacker.
Okay.
And I just, kept working. I mean, I was an average. I wasn't athletic. I wasn't a superstar at Carter by no means. I actually had to go the junior college route first. Shout out to all the JUCO kids. Shout out to West Hills Junior College. That's where I went and developed my skills. And then I got a scholarship to Nicholls State. I'm thankful for the 33 starts. And I made all conference my sophomore year in junior college. So, and that's kind of my journey, man. I can't forget, you asked me about pro players, the Godfather himself, Jesse Armstead, man.
Oh, nice. Jesse
Armstead, Dallas Carter legend. So, played for the New York Giants for a lot of years. I definitely can't forget him. He really was like who we looked to.
Yeah, I looked to.
Yeah, in our neighborhood. I can't forget Jesse Armstead, man, because he went to University of Miami, win a national championship. Then he went to the New York Giants, and he worked his way from special team to all pro.
Yeah.
And
he was that dude.
He was that dude. I can't forget Jesse Armstead, but it's a host of other, pro players, whether it be football and basketball.
Did you know Andre Emmett?
Yeah, Andre Emmett.
R.I.P. Andre.
Yeah, he's younger than me. R.I.P. to Andre. But like say, another legend gone too soon.
Yes, sir.
But he graduated after I did. But if you in the Carter family, I've seen him whether it was out at a social event. He always was cool, humble cat. You know what I'm saying, doing his thing, and just a solid guy. And unfortunately, these hating ass niggas out here.
Right. I stayed out there with my dad. He stayed in some apartments out there, right behind the Dairy Queen.
Oh, you right there.
My dad stayed in those apartments.
Yeah, you was out Wheatland.
Yeah, so
yeah, you were right there.
My sophomore year, I went to Carter for the first 6 weeks. And I remember I went my first day and shit. And I see this dude, it's Andre Emmett.
Yeah.
He's a senior. I see him talking to the coach, and I'm just thinking he a cocky ass nigga.
Yeah.
He over there talking, yeah, coach, I was in the gym working on my free throws, you know what I'm saying, doing this and that, working on game time situations. I was like, who is this nigga, man? And I go home and I see in the paper, like, a couple days after the game and shit, this nigga had like 30-some points. I was like, oh, he that nigga. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even I think Jonathan Scott was there too when I was there.
Jonathan was
he was a senior.
Shout out to Jonathan. I remember him. He played pro ball as well. Went to University of Texas, won a national championship. He caught a legend as well. A bunch of them, man. But Andre Emmett, he was that deal, man. He was that deal.
I figured that out real fast.
He was that, and the thing is, when that Carter is on you, you gonna let it be known. Hey, I understand you went to XYZ school, but we call that Carter bloodline is different. And like I say, sadly, we lost a ton of cats through street violence. Just like Andre, he was able to get some of his flowers, but unfortunately his life was taken away early. But it's guys that, was killed before they even got to go to college. Like shout out Calvin Goldsmith, R.I.P. The best free safety, best pure athlete, baseball, basketball, Calvin Goldsmith, All-American, everything, and was killed when we were at Carter. So, and it's a host of other, players that their life was unfortunately taken away from them early, man. So, of course, growing up in the Cliffs, you experience a lot of deaths and murders, and that's another reason why I do what I do, because it helps you.
Exactly.
It helps you understand, when you grow up and people start, getting killed or stuff happen, people go to jail, you start thinking, man, my time is limited. You know what I'm saying? So I better do whatever I can.
The best of the while I'm here, man.
I better do whatever I can while I can. You know what I'm saying? Because like you invited me to do this podcast, I'm thankful for that, because you never know.
Appreciate it.
You never know when the time is up.
Exactly.
This content may be something available when my time is gone.
Exactly.
My family or partners can come back
and watch this.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
that's real shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's real shit. So getting to where you got to get to college and stuff, you said you wasn't like the best athlete. And
right.
was you just focusing, disciplined, and like outwork motherfuckers, and that's why you got to where you got? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I was, like I say, I was a C and D and F student. I was a class clown. When my friends see this on social media, Instagram, they got receipts now. I ain't capping. I was a class clown. I was a C, D, and F student. And once I figured out, I said, man, basketball really was my first love.
Okay. Huh.
But, I realized, I was like, I kind of started liking the football.
Gotcha.
So I was an average player, special team guy. But what made me get to the next level is really, like you say, that hard work. I just had to work harder than everybody else. Like, we had guys that can smoke weed, drink, and get out the car, and they'll go run a fofo. They'll go out there and run all the drills. I wasn't like that. Like, I had to be on time. I had to, and this is when I got to junior college where I had to say, hey, I need to make sure I'm working hard, I'm putting in the time, and I'm outworking the guy that's in front of me. Because, like I say, you got some guys, man, they got freakish build, they genetics is already there. And you got other guys like me, you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. And whatever you're good at, like I was good at hitting. So I had to make sure.
Focused on that.
I focused on that. I had to make sure that I put myself in a position where I could make a hit that impact the game. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't have quick feet, when you're not fast, you got to figure out, okay, this is what I'm good at, and that's what I have to take advantage of. So hard work, all them cliches you hear about, if you don't work hard, you don't eat. That's a true statement.
Whatever you put in, you get out of it.
Whatever you put, all them, that ain't real. No cap. You have to do that. You can't just be like, I'm finna just smoke and chill all day and play video game. Nah, you can't do that, bro. Only nigga I know can do that is probably Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, because, they rich.
They already there, huh?
They can blow weed out. They can smoke, do whatever they want to do.
So who's the best who's the best athlete you ever played against?
I would have to say Marty Booker and Troy Edwards. Troy Edwards was drafted first round. He went to Louisiana Tech. He was a slot receiver. Marty Booker was just a split out receiver that went to it's called University of Louisiana Monroe. Back then it was called Northeastern. And Marty Booker went on to Chicago and did some big things in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Edwards, same thing. He suffered some injuries, but he was an absolute dog in that slot. Like, he was a monster, So those are the two guys, Troy Edwards at Louisiana Tech and University of Louisiana Monroe, Marty Booker. He was an absolute monster. The dude was like 6'4", can fly, can catch, can run you over. And I just remember him he did us for like he had like 200 yards on us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 200. And I remember being like up playing in the front seven, and that ball was just going up, and I was looking like them DBs back then. I was just like, ooh, he is killing us.
Long day today, fellas.
Yes, sir.
So did you when you went to college, what did you like major in? Like, what was your business?
Yeah, that's a good question. I started out in business, and man, that business was kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So
a lot of math, or was it?
Oh man, you had a lot of economics and statistics.
Got you.
Associated with math, but you also had to do them presentations in front of 50, 100, 200 people. And at that time, and that's why doing what we do now is important for the kids to get comfortable to say their name in front of people. Because back then, I wouldn't look nobody in the eye. I would hold my head down. But it was kind of intimidating, man. I was doing the College of Business at Nichols, and I remember going in, and I think the first week he started talking about we were going to have to do a presentation. And these are like auditorium-style rooms. Ooh. And the podium is down at the bottom. And you basically are speaking out to the masses. And I was just thinking like, man, I don't know if I could. I was so intimidated and just wasn't shy, but I was shy. And that all comes from confidence and being able to speak about something you've studied, something you feel comfortable at. So I started out in the College of Business, man, and then I couldn't lose my eligibility because back then, I don't know what it is now, you had to have at least a 2.0, I think a 1.9.
Gotcha.
And so I went on to more government political major, and that major was associated with going to law school. So I ended up graduating doing a general studies with a minor in government because that would have positioned me. I took a lot of political and government classes to become a lawyer. But once I got my paper, I was like, I'm done. Man, I graduated with, man, I think I graduated like a 2, probably a 2.5. I need to go pull it out. But like they say, a 70 is a 70.
Exactly, bro.
Hey.
It's like, I got what I needed, bro. I'm out.
Hey, I got it, but I'm sorry. I wasn't no brainiac, man. I still struggle with math and English to this day, and that's why I tell kids, look, if I can make it C's and F's, and it wasn't because I wasn't always trying. It's just I wasn't a brainiac like that with books. And when it comes to taking tests and things of that nature, when it comes to taking tests and all that, man, I get cold feet and I get nervous. Man, when the teacher say, "Hey, close your books, we get ready to do a quiz," my heart just start, woo, man, my heart start beating fast. For real.
Nah, I hear that, bro. Nah, I hear you. Nah, that shit crazy as hell. So I guess you did do business, but like it was kicking.
Nah, it was kicking my ass, and I was calling my boss. I said, "Bro, I'm not gonna be able." And that's thing when you play ball, whatever. Any NCAA athlete can attest to this. If you in a major and it's killing you, and back then, we didn't like now. I hear they have like tutors and all that kind of stuff. It was just kind of like, hey, y'all group go to the library. You know what I'm saying? We may be in the library like, bro, I ain't getting this, or talking to each other.
Not even doing what he's
but see, now I think they kind of streamlined it.
Gotcha. Where
you have tutors for each subject. They can kind of assist to help you, whatever case may be. But man, that College of Business was kicking my ass. I was like, bro, I gotta do something. They gonna send me home. And if you don't keep your GPA to where it needs to be, now they tell me, hey, your scholarship is out the table. Yeah. Now I'm back in Oak Cliff.
You ain't trying to do that.
No.
Trying to do that.
No, sir.
So have you always had like a business type mind?
Actually, that kind of developed over time, man, because my first job out of school, they do these job fairs, and they used to do them at the college, and everybody kept saying enterprise, rent-a-car. Believe it or not, back then, enterprise was like a big deal because they said if you got on with them, you attractive to other companies. And they was there at a job fair at Nichols. So at the time, I went up to their booth. They was kind of telling me how, things go. And when I got out of school, I just said, man, I applied and interviewed. In the training, that's what make you attract to other companies because they put a lot of money in their training. Gotcha. At that time. And man, they was drilling us like we were in the military. And we was developing skills like working in chaotic situations. Working with people pissed off, changing the room atmosphere and all that stuff. Like I'm 22, 23, 24. Like I'm not knowing about changing the room atmosphere, but they training you on that. Training you how to work fast in chaotic environments, but also
be
efficient and also making the customer feel like even though they've been there an hour, maybe 2 hours,
still making them
feel like, hey, I'm here with you. And making them feel like they only been there a few minutes. So enterprise, that's kind of what got my business mind set up because you are there all day. Back then, we worked 7 to 7. Ooh. And they made you wear a suit and tie.
The white shirt. And
and then we would take our jacket off because people didn't know we were the detail shop. We in the back with a white shirt on. We vacuumed the car out. We doing all that.
You gotta come out and do this.
Right, and then we put our coat back on and say, okay, your car is ready.
like
Yeah, like they ain't doing it. But I don't know how they running that. But back then, man, they had us washing the damn car in the back, vacuuming out. We had one of them pressure washers back there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about my shoes, everything gets soaking wet. We spraying the car down and cleaning the car.
It's crazy.
And that's where I learned. I said, man, if I was a CEO of a company, it taught me like I'm everything. I open and close my store. I have to, wash the cars. I have to manage. If I'm the lead that day, I have to manage 4, 5, 6 other people. Yeah. It started teaching me like, man, this is how a CEO run his company until he turns into a Walmart or, a big, large company where they just hire people to oversee everything. But when you run a small, mid-sized business, shit, you everything. Like Nipsey Hussle say, he say for a while, like I remember hearing him say, like, man, for years you could probably gonna be everything. Yeah. You gonna have to, put the cape on, take the cape off. You gonna have to be the accountant, the lawyer, the counselor, the doc. Like you gonna have to run everything.
That's how I feel with this shit.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you feel like they're running your shit. You everything, bro.
Absolutely, man. And that's kind of what led me into this journey of business, and my career moved to insurance, then banking, and then now working in the adjuster world. Adjusting. So I'm an independent adjuster. I got licensed, and basically what I do is when there's a catastrophe, if it's a hurricane, hail, wind, major storm event, as an adjuster, I go out and inspect the damage.
Okay.
Now, I get a contract from, say, any of the major large or small insurance companies because their staff cannot handle the large event that has occurred. So if it was a hailstorm and it took out, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 houses, everyday staff cannot handle that. So they'll have to send people like me a contract and say, hey, we'll pay you XYZ money to handle this area for 2 or 3 months.
So it's just like insurance and just like they came out to look at the roof and see
the
damage.
Exactly.
But just on a bigger scale.
Correct. It's the same. Like
you
come out and inspect and see what the damage is, write the check. And make the customer, the policyholder rather whole. That's kind of my journey from enterprise to working in the insurance business to working in banking a lot of years, being a personal banker, being a mortgage banker, and then moving over into the adjuster world. So, yes, sir.
So we got this. You got your merch on, your man law.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
How did that come about? Do you even remember your first man law? The man law you put up? The first man law
that's a good question, man.
Cause I remember I used to see them shits you used to put up, man law number this, that, number, whatever. And you would put, I'd be like, that's some real shit, though. Like, as a man, you ain't supposed to be doing that type of shit, bro. Like, that shit real, though, bro. So,
yeah, man, I was trying to backtrack because man law, as you stated, started on social media. I was on Facebook, Facebook heavy. And about 6 years ago, as far as I could track, because I went all the way back in my history on Facebook, and 6 years ago is when I started doing these man laws, and I would label them like man law 2, 3, 4, 5.
I remember that.
And then, I would just put something like, a man shouldn't text another man Happy Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do like silly stuff like that. And it took a life on its own. Sometimes I get a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, and, some of them will hit, some of them won't hit. But I was doing it like once a month, every other month for like 5 or 6 years. And then a few people were like, bro, you need to do something with that, man, because you got some unique man laws. Yeah. And all of that stuff comes from like coaches, deacons in the church that I came up under because the deacons in the church, when I was growing up in the church, they was real OGs.
Exactly.
Like they was like, man, I went to jail 10 or 15 years. I've been married 2 or 3 times. I've been in shootouts.
Straight up, bro.
Like they was real deep.
100 with you, bro.
They was from the country.
Yeah.
They know how to, good animals to get food to feed the family. Like they were real OGs. So all of the man laws just came from men that raised me. My uncles, my dad, coaches, you name it. My grandfather. And I would just be like, man, the man law is just speaking out how I was raised. Like I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that.
Got you.
And it took on a life of its own. And then finally I said, man, I need to do something with this. Initially I was like, man, what should I do? What should I do? And then on Instagram, because I'm on Instagram all the time. Unfortunately, them fine ass chicks on there. I'm sorry, bro. Oh my God.
I can contest to that, but I'm married. I just be looking and shit.
Man,
I'm married, so but
bro,
he ain't lying. He is not lying.
I'm on Instagram, of course. I'm just on there being nosy and looking, and every time you look through Instagram, it's fine ass such and such popping up. Or she in Canada, she in Miami, or she in Jamaica.
I got me a passport. I can make it.
So I just started seeing this merch wave. Like,
got you.
Everybody got merch, and then Master P, I heard him say, man, if you ain't doing anything, you need to get you some product. He say, man, you got to get you some product. Like, that's his whole tagline. If you don't got no product, what you doing?
What you doing?
So
that's real shit.
That resonated with me he said, I heard him say that like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years.
Back, yeah.
And he keeps saying, he said, man, you got to get you some product. So I said, you know what? Why don't I try to do some merch? So I got with an artist. Shout out to Brittany. And I got with an artist, and bam, from there, we worked on the logo. It took a while, man. Yeah. I didn't realize. You see somebody logo and you just think, oh, okay, they just did a logo. No, behind the scenes, it literally took like 7 months.
For real?
7, because the artist,
you back some shit and you gotta
look at it. The artist is gonna go through, and you can't rush the artist. You gotta let the artist create and understand, like, because I didn't have no idea. I was just telling her, hey, this is what man law is, and explaining. And she's trying to sketch and like basically take what I'm saying,
and put it down.
Put it on down
as a picture.
And we went through probably about 20 different logos and all of the edits. And finally, man, we got it, as you can see on my shirt, how I wanted it. And man, it just from there, I was able to take it and put it on paper. She sent it to me. I was happy. And I just started out, this winter season with hoodies, joggers. I'm wearing a T-shirt today. It'll be coming out next month when it heats up, and we'll have different colors on that. And you can go to manlaw706.com.
There you go.
Manlaw706.com and order away. We actually right now got free shipping and $12 off. No code required. You can go to Instagram, manlaw706, and look us up. And we on the go, man. We trying to, like I said, we on the move, and we just trying to, make, normal everyday cats not have to make a tough decision, when they leave out the crib. Because I'm a T-shirt, jogger, hoodie. I like to be in comfortable clothes, man. So we just trying to make your choices easier. So just look us up, man, and hopefully you like the colors and the logo. Got a lot of great reviews on the logo.
I fucks with it.
And I appreciate it, man. Hard, and that's just kind of how, like you say, man law just took off from, on Facebook playing around, and next thing you know, bam, the merch is off and popping.
That's real shit. That's real shit, bro. I fucks with it.
I appreciate it, bro.
I'll support black businesses.
Support
business niggas that do their business, but especially support black business, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's real shit. Like, we need to uplift our people, bro, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's real shit.
Absolutely.
So, you a Cowboys fan?
Man. Woo! We went from some positive.
I gotta know.
Man, I am a dog. Now most of my partners that see this, they gonna say Nigga, you ain't no diehard fan because I ain't gonna lie, Tony Romo last 4 years, I was like, bruh, I'm done. Like, Tony Romo last 4 years, I had checked completely out. I was like, bruh, till they changed his quarterback, and then thankfully, Dak Prescott came, took over, and I argue this on Facebook all the time because shout out to my classmate Sly Boss who got Boss Cowboy show. We see eye to eye. I'm a Dak Prescott fan, so everything is split in half. It's funny how Dallas is. You got half the city would be like diehard whoever quarterback is, they're 100% supportive. Yeah. Then the other half would be like, I hate him. Get rid of Dak Prescott.
Yeah, bruh.
That's what they be on, and I'm like, this dude comes to play every game, and people he don't do enough. I'm like, the dude can go, he could pass 38, have 38 completions out of 40 attempts. I mean, he can have 3-4 touchdowns. He can have fly. He still didn't do enough. He should have ran for that first down. He should have did it. But anyway, that's a whole
other. Y'all niggas greedy, man. Y'all too greedy, bro.
Bruh.
Like, nigga be out there eating, bro. Fuck what you talking about, bro.
That's a whole. But I'm a Cowboy fan. Of course, this past season, it was heartbreaking, man. I mean, I really thought we would at least get to the NFC Championship game, and we went out. We went out to the first round of playoffs. 49ers, man, and I could just see it when it was. I think it was 10-0. Like
you can see it,
right.
As an athlete, you can see that type of shit. You can see it, bro.
They came out flat.
Yeah, bro.
Randy Gregory, I don't know what he was. It looked like he popped some pill. He was lining up outside. He was
all one, bro.
Then he was doing personal foul. I'm like, what is he doing? Yeah. But yeah, man, they let us down, and now I think everybody's in the same place because we've been saying this our year for, I don't know, 20 years. Yeah. And this past season, it hurt so bad because we kind of last year said, okay, Dak got hurt. He tore his ankle up. So we knew that season was off the table.
This year.
But we had everything back in place, dog. And we went out there and laid an egg and lost to the goddamn 49ers who as you know, I hate the New Orleans Saints. I hate the 49ers because...
That's where I was going with it.
I hate the 49ers because my college roommate, David, shout out to David Sacramento, he is a die-hard 49er fan.
So did he give you
them text messages coming. He calling. I'm talking about he turned my ass up all day and night. So I got my wish though, because they went to Green Bay and they should have lost and end up winning. So I got scared because I thought 49ers was about to go to the Super Bowl.
Me too.
So I was going to be like, I'm going to have to get on social media. My college group, man, they were going to kill me, dog. And thank God. Oh, and my uncle, shout out to my Uncle Wendell. He a diehard 49er fan. And my cousin Rico. So I have my Uncle Wendell, my cousin Rico, and my college roommate, they diehard 49er fans.
They on your ass.
Man, and I got my wish when they lost. I said,
Right.
But I was like, I'm like, thank you, God, they lost.
What it is.
Bruh.
Oh,
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Cowboys, bro, they'll have you. Woo. If you don't smoke, you're going to be smoking.
Yeah, they give you a heart.
You're going to be taking shots.
Yeah, bro.
They make you, like all the little, viral videos where somebody taking an object and throwing it at their TV and all that. Shit. Like, that's exactly how the Cowboys have you.
Yeah, that's real shit.
For real.
That's real shit. So we just gonna swing it here. You what's your you got no kids?
No kids, single.
Single,
no kids.
You ladies see this.
Yeah, I'm available.
Hey, brother got his own business. He got his own foundation. Brother doing good. Hey,
I look, man. Like I say, I want to be married. You know, I look up to V. I want to have kids.
Appreciate it.
You know, but it got to be on some godly business. It can't be you side chicken or thotting over here or you you doing some hoeing and you trying to like say, hey, that's a good man, so let me see if he can save me. I ain't saving nobody. you need to be a solid chick. And I ain't looking for no, like, I like to look at Instagram chicks. I like all that. I like looking at Instagram chicks and all that, but at the same time, I don't want my old lady on Instagram showing her ass and showing her titties and all that. You know, women got that confused. You know, you think because you getting all them likes and them comments and that nigga just want to hit. He just want to hit.
Preach.
He just want to hit. At the end of the day, a man want a woman that is not seen but heard. And my mama taught me that
early, huh?
Yeah. She said a woman. She said no. She said she told me something that stuck with me. She said a woman should be seen, but when she was saying necessarily seen and not heard, she not saying it in the form of like Instagram and all that. Yeah. That means we actually just see her on her mission, taking care of her business. We don't hear her loud talking, yapping, doing craziness or foolishness. And all we can say is, woo, there go Keisha walking down the hall. And there go Keisha headed to work. And we saying that in a way of Keisha is dressed. Keisha is take care of her business. Keisha ain't showing titties, ass. She ain't showing all this. You know, so at the end of the day, man, as a man, I think any single man that's out there, you know, of course we want a chick that's fine and look good and but we want a woman with some principles and some values, dog, and not losing her mind because she got so many likes or comments, and that just make her just get all bubbly and going crazy, and because her inbox is going crazy. Because at the end of the day, when you sift through all of that, if you got 20,000 niggas in your inbox, I guarantee you 19,999 of them niggas are just like, what can I do to fly you here and fly your ass back home? Because we just trying to... Nigga ain't lying. I'm telling you.
Nigga ain't lying, what?
Like, that's what it is. Like, these, man, come on, man.
That's real shit, bro.
These women get... And see, we understand it like your podcast. Let's say your podcast blow.
Yeah.
And you up to 1 million views, you competing with the best of the best now, and now your inbox is bubbling,
bro.
Your DMs are going crazy, rather, and you know you getting chicks sending you all kind of explicit everything. You already knowing what it is. It's the same if my merch, and I ain't gonna say if it is.
There you go.
I ain't gonna say if. We on our way. It's gonna blow. And I already know if my DMs are going crazy. I already know what it is. You weren't checking for me, and you probably what make it crazy. These women probably saw us, whether it be social media or anything, but wasn't checking for it. It's just like when you went to school or high school, and it was these, females. Because like my homeboy said, I had at least 15 chicks I liked in school. Yeah, they weren't checking for me,
but I like them though. Like
it's 15. At least 15 that I like.
No doubt.
They weren't checking for me. I was just a skinny, big head dude who was funny, witty. That's all they looked at. They wasn't trying to do nothing with me. But like now, they like, what's up? But the what's up is, hey, I'm divorced.
Exactly.
I'm divorced 2 or 3 times. I got 3, 4 kids. I got 2, 3 baby daddies. I got all this other stuff. And then you see me and you want to critique, but dang, you ain't been married, you ain't got no kid. Hey, I done done some stuff now. But hey, I just didn't work my way out of some stuff too. By God's grace, because I done been in some stuff where I was like, Lord, please get me out of this, because the outcome ain't going to be good at all. So yeah, my mom, like I say, man, she was strong on principles and values, and a woman, like I say, should just be seen and not heard. Like, you shouldn't be doing that mouthing and not seen. See, like I say, we got Instagram and all that. Women want to be seen now because you showing. If we got on Instagram right now, not even trying, we'll see a whole bunch of titties and ass that we didn't ask for.
Instant.
And like I say, we heterosexual men, we ain't knocking it.
Nah,
we just talking about marriage and being with a woman that's gonna hold me down. So
y'all ain't gonna find it on Instagram, y'all.
So any women that got some godly principles and down and loyal and want to get down and do some things, and you ain't ate yourself in a coma now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another layer too. I ain't bashing no woman of any side, but if you see that I'm going to the gym and trying not to be fat myself. If I'm going to follow suit, like it's gotta be like, come on, man. Like,
shit.
Like I ain't knocking the what's the show? The 600. The 600. They all married on there, so they doing something right. I'm doing everything wrong.
I ain't even know anything from they all married.
They all married, bro. They all married on there. So I'm doing something wrong. But like I said, man, any woman that, like I said, ain't nobody perfect. The perfect woman don't exist. The perfect man don't exist. But all my single partners, this is what we talk about. We like, look, we understand if dude put something in your ear, next thing you know, he tricks you. A lot of you women get tricked.
Fast.
I got some partners. I got some partners, boy. They can whisper something in your ear.
Fast.
Quick. Fast. You go. Now you can try to blame it. Oh, I was drunk. Oh, I was high. Them gummies got me. Nah. He put that mouthpiece. Got it in there.
Conversation rules the nation.
And he got on that mental, and the rest was history, man. But yeah, man. So yep, yes sir. Single man out here, trying to be married, but I ain't gonna force nothing.
It's got to be organic.
Yes sir.
Got to be organic, sweethearts.
It has to be. Yes sir.
All right, I got this little part of this last part of the show that I want to start asking people. If you can have a conversation with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Woo, man, that's a good one right there. If I could have a conversation with anybody, dead or alive, I would have to go with the late great Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe, man.
I'm not familiar. Who is that?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal bishop.
Okay.
He has a ton of books out, ton of internet stuff. Unfortunately, he lost his life with about, I think, 9 other people. I could be wrong, or probably a dozen, on a private jet. It hit, what is that? A crane or something. The jet, it hit. He had a mega church out in the Bahamas. But Miles Monroe is definitely one person that, because his way of thinking, even though he was, I guess, a bishop or a pastor, if anybody know Miles Monroe, look at any of his YouTube stuff, get any of his books. His way of breaking down the Bible, and not only that, living and being a citizen that is basically like what we talking about, business, whether it be family, whether it be trying to get rich, or like he'll tell you that God created you to have dominion. Like his way of thinking, man, is second to none. Unfortunately, he just died too soon in that crash. The crash that occurred. It just, man, a lot of my partners was just heartbroken because when his jet went down, man, I mean, Miles Monroe is that deal. So he's definitely, that's the first person that comes to mind, that if I had an opportunity to have breakfast or lunch, to just be able to sit down with him, because to have someone who he was rich in his understanding in God's word. Okay. He was rich in his mind and the way he thought. He was a brilliant thinker. He was rich in his marriage and how he handled his family. that, like we say, triple hitter and all that, like, and he, of course, he had money. He authored so many books, and people paid him crazy money just to show up. So he was a master of his craft, but his mind, he would say something that's so simple that you probably heard before, but he'll say it in a way it'll just cultivate. It just, man, it blows your mind. So I go on and on about Miles Monroe, man, but he is, to me, if I could just sit down and chop it up with somebody, it would definitely be him. And of course, if it's family members, like I would love to talk to my grandmother one more time. My grandfather, God rest their soul, I would love to talk to.
Sorry about that, bro.
Both my grandmothers, if I could talk to them, my grandfather, of course, they on the top of that list. But if it was, a celebrity or somebody with a lot of wealth, Miles Monroe for sure, he's that guy.
Gotcha. Shit, is there anything else you want to jump into or get into?
Man, we can't end this without talking about the situation in Ukraine.
That's real shit. I'm glad you brought it up. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them, but prayers to y'all out there. But
yes, Brittany Griner.
Oh, she out there. I saw that, bro.
They got her tied up on some hash oil or whatever it is.
Well, they don't play out there, huh?
Yeah, and I ain't trying to offend nobody. I love everybody. But she is a woman that likes women, even though she claims to be, I guess, a stud or however she want to call herself. And they don't play that out in those countries. So, unfortunately, they're going to use her probably based on what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. The president of Russia is probably going to use her and try to bait President Biden on doing something. Like, he going to say, hey, you got probably 4 or 5 of our Russian prisoners that's on your most wanted list.
Oh, man.
You need to probably release
them on her back.
And we'll give her, or, and I'm just thinking hypothetically. I ain't no politician, like I said, I'm CDF student. I'm just a hypothetical thing. They may come back and say, you putting all these sanctions, you trying to take, a no-fly zone. Nobody from U.S., no planes can go either way. You taking away the banks, that are associated with, you're taking away our yachts and all that. He may come back and say, okay, you want Brittany Griner? You're going to have to take some of them sanctions off. So she in a tough spot. She been in jail 3 weeks.
3 weeks, that's what it was, yeah.
She been in jail 3 weeks, man, and I just pray for her, man, because God knows how they treat her. I hate she had that in her bag because, unfortunately, man, you got to check everything. Like, having a small amount of anything is like a gun.
Over there in other countries, they ain't like us, bro.
Man, and I hate it because to be detained right now with what's going on, this is the worst time to be detained. And hopefully this don't turn into she just be stuck over there in jail for years, man. You just never know. But President Biden, she is a celebrity, man, and she is a person who's done good over here playing ball. He got a decision to make because I already know when the way I've been looking at President Putin, and the way he think and the way he talk and how arrogant he is,
he don't give a damn.
I don't even know how that conversation gonna go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, he probably be like, "What you offering?"
Right, bro.
He probably be on, "So what you offering us?"
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy as shit.
But yeah, like I say, Ukraine.
So you think it's gonna come to like a? I mean, they already fighting and shit over there, but like, you think that's gonna bleed over here? Any?
Our whole thing is, man, the gas. Like, everybody's online now. They saying, I think I saw where unleaded is now what, $4 a gallon.
It's up there.
California's already, I think they was already like 5 and pushing 6. I mean, the gas is just gonna get ridiculous, man. And what makes it bad, we don't know. We know this is gonna impact us in some way because if you sanction a country like that, it's gonna be backlash because
no doubt.
they have what is it, the natural gas and all that stuff, it's gonna be some impact on us over here. My main thing is I already know President Biden hands are tied because we just pulled out of Afghanistan. And he don't want to have his troops. We don't want our troops to get caught up and get killed going over there to fight for what? Like, we don't even know what's going on. Like, why is he even doing that?
Yeah.
Like, he's just like on some, I'm deborn. I'm taking y'all
That's
shit.
what it is.
Like, he on some
hood niggas like us. That's what that shit is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go. You D-boy niggas, bro.
Like you just going, like they just said, he's saying it's going as planned, but at the same time, he done lost so many hundreds of soldiers, even with Ukraine fighting back. So I read somewhere he said, I'm sending 1,000 more. And I'm just like, damn, so he just gonna keep, he gonna say, okay, I'm sending another 1,000. If that 1,000 don't work, I'm gonna send another 1,000. This is like, man, I just hope it end, bro, because they almost at 2 weeks, and every time I turn on CNN, ain't nothing but shooting and violence and bombs.
Sad, bro.
Just sad. You see kids, man, they in train stations. Like, I couldn't even imagine that, man. So prayers up for the Ukraine. I couldn't get off here without saying that, man, and just really, man, just everybody that's, for sure going through their own struggle. Because even though Ukraine is like one of the number one things that's going on right now. Yeah. Those people are going through something we can't even imagine.
Bro.
We can't even, Russia and what that guy Putin is doing. Like I heard one of the professional athletes say, he said, man, I hope you have the worst death. And I had nothing to say about it. Cause like, bro, you killing his relatives, you blowing up playgrounds, schools, all where these people grew up at. Yeah. So he was just like, man, I hope you had the worst death. But anybody in the struggle right now, because somebody's going through something, whether it be COVID, we cannot forget about COVID is still live and well. It's still killing people as well. You got people still right now in the hospital, hooked up to machines. So we want to, lift those people up in prayer as well, man. Because, like I say, as we are healthy, doing well, we cannot forget there is no different from us than that person in that hospital bed. So we have to be thankful where we are right now. And that's just real, man. So praying for everybody that's going through any COVID situation, and also for sure the Ukrainians, man. So that's pretty much something I wanted to make sure we spoke on for sure.
Glad you got that in there, because I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
That's dope. Glad you brought that up. Let them know about your Operation Push Foundation again. And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Time.
Yes, sir. The OperationPushFoundation.org. Please, we take any donations, whatever you have. We have our bike giveaway that's coming up. We plan on giving our bikes away in May. The bike giveaway again is for all our honor roll and perfect attendance students at our adopted school in DISD. 5th graders, boys and girls. So please, whatever you have, sponsor a bike. These bikes normally cost us around $100. So make the donation. The ceremony is in May. Again, the website is OperationPushFoundation.org. Also, the merch we talked about earlier, the merch is live. Live is going. So if you go to manlaw706.com, or you can follow us on Instagram, manlaw706. We have a sale going on right now, $12 off, and the shipping is free. So you get that's a big savings right there. We got the t-shirts on the way. They're coming next month. But right now we do have the joggers, as I have on, and we have the hoodies still up. We have some sweet jackets as well. They're heavily discounted also, and we have some hats. So check us out, manlaw706.com. Go shop. Shout out to V, man. I appreciate you having me, man, for sure. All your content, everything is solid. I want to get his brother his flowers now. I don't want to wait till he have millions and millions of people, on his podcast. I want to give you your flowers now, man. It's a solid show. I love your content. I love everything you're doing here on the Garage Podcast. And I pray and wish you nothing but much success. And hopefully you can look back at this and I said it first. You're going to be getting them big deals. Them big, I'm talking about millions, them 7-figure deals.
You are too. We're going to be doing this shit on a bigger level, bro. I appreciate it, bro.
Yes.
It's your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife. The first episode of Chopping It Up with V. Special guest deck. I appreciate it. We out this bitch.
Yes, sir. 100.
Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey. Chop it up with V. Hey.